right, everybody, good afternoon. Hopefully you guys had an awesome Tuesday morning. I know today it was a pretty good day. I came in this morning and I thought it was going to be a very slow day, and it turned out to be not so slow. So, turned out to be a really good day. Real quick to just recap the morning before I go over every trade that we took. Did really well. SMXT crushed it, knocked it out the park. LiDAR, man, did okay. BTAI did pretty well. And then CWD did pretty well. But there's one that I want to go over here, my only real loss of the day. We're going to touch on that as well. Now, if you hear any thunder in the mic, it is raining bad. But we're still going to make the video happen because, we got to do it. So let's go ahead and take a look here and see what we got. I want to start with, of course, SMXT, the top real, I'll say, opportunity of the morning today. This thing was amazing. This thing was so fruitful, and of course, it was one of our leading gappers this morning, and the big thing with this morning is our leading gappers were extremely slim. There wasn't a whole lot this morning to really look at, and so it's what are we going to be focusing on? What's going to be the obvious ticker out of the bell? And so you can see my pre-market watch list here. I was watching SMXT, STTK, BTAI, and Joby. Now, of course, I ended up playing BTAI and played SMXT fairly well, and SMXT was pretty fruitful. So the main idea here was to watch it over 160 on SMXT, because what we had happen here, I'll show you here from pre-market, where we have this area of supply form. So take a look here. I'll use my pen tool and show you where we have price. Look at this here. Price, again, rejects off this high at 160, and then guess what? Pulls back, tries to break over the highs again, and hesitates. We have this nice doji form off the high. This doji signals indecision. So it signals like an I don't know. Like the market doesn't know where it wants to go here, so we have to first make it confirm that direction. So what that looks like is a pivot. So would I take a simple break of this high? Absolutely not. That's why you're going to get faked out, just like what happened over here. So the only way to really play this is a pivot out of this area of now formed supply. So again, consolidation or indecision here, followed by a move in one direction, becomes an area of either supply or demand. In the case of this here, it moves to the downside, so this becomes an area of sellers or an area of what we can call supply. So this becomes an area of supply here off this high from pre-market, so I know I need a price to confirm above and then pull back and retest for the entry, right? And so did just that here. You can see, took it after it pulled back off of VWAP, nailed it off the bottom of this area of supply, as you can see right here, risking bottom of the zone. Perfect trade, and actually captured it out of the bell here, literally to a T, from the 160 spot all the way to about 180, 190. So this thing was amazing out of market open, played it super well for about a 30-cent move. So I came in pre-market this morning, and look, I didn't see a whole lot in pre-market that I liked, so I sort of came in with the expectation of, look, today's going to be an extremely slow day, and I'm probably not going to have a lot of trade. But that switched up really quickly whenever we came in and we had this happen. I said, well, now we have some profit cushion. Now let's actually make this happen today. So then, of course, we went through. Let me actually zoom into a 1-minute time frame so you can see a bit better the trades that I took. If you don't know my strategy already, I find my setups on a 3-minute time frame, and then I execute on the 1-minute to be precise, right? It's for precision, but the 3-minute for big picture confluence. Now, some really good stuff today. I'm super happy with it. Now, after the first trade here, we captured this, like I said, from 160 to about 190, so now look for pullbacks. Now, price pulled back, and we had the high of day sitting here from pre-market, so take a look at this. High of day sitting here, double top highs from pre-market that I can use as my defined risk. Right there in line with the moving average as well. So I take a pullback entry once sellers dry up. You can see right here, and I'm able to nab this again here from 180 back up into almost $2 a share. And we knew that we had that $2 level overhead based on the daily areas as well. But this thing was, again, perfect. We had this awesome pullback on lower volume off this pre-market high, able to use that as my support range, risking off that high around 175 with the range back overhead. And again, I was really able to capitalize here too. So just, again, super happy with this. I could not be any happier with the execution there. Where I saw some room for improvement, and I guess this sort of is hindsight 2020, because we had a break to the backside here. And I try to take it down here off the pullback, and I made some money on it. I did well. We had this consolidation followed by this leg down, and so this becomes an area of supply here, right? This here is an area of supply. Once price breaks above like this here and pulls back, it now becomes an area of demand. But I was a little bit hesitant because we had broken the uptrend here. You can see this trend had broken to the downside. So all through here, I'm thinking it's backside. So I missed this big move here. It is what it is. I capture a really small 10-cent move on this. Then I'm sort of back out of it. But it's just one of those things where hindsight's 2020. I wish that I would have held out this move here. This was awesome. But I just really couldn't do a whole lot with it. Now, looking forward here, I did play it some more after we confirmed. We had price break to a high here, pull back, and put in place a bit of a bottom here. What we can see happen is price pulled back, little 1-minute micro pullback, and we have a 1-minute bottom form here. The next candle opens and again forms the bottom here, so I have a defined level of risk that I can use here for a area of support almost. So this becomes an area of support or defined risk to look for that next leg higher. And again, did just that. Took it off the pullback, got the move here. As you can see, I was able to get some ads on the way up as well. And took it here from 220 to about 240s. I tried to get some ads up into the highs and ended up selling the rest here underneath 250. So on the rejection off this high here, double top rejection, went ahead and took the full exit. And again, this was a beautiful trade through here as well. Again, it's playing that 1 minute micro pullback. Now, all through here, this is my most profitable setup right here. This is my absolutely most profitable setup, hands down, no questions asked. It does not get much easier than this. So again, with my supply and demand-based strategy, it's fairly simple. So what we have happen here, take a look at this. We have price makes a move to the high and then consolidates before making a move towards the upside here. So we have this base rally move. This becomes an area of demand, which we can then look for entry opportunities out of if it does put in place a bit of a range on the front side. So look at this here. This is so good. This is literally my most profitable setup. So we have the upside here confirmed. So we know the stock is still in an overall uptrend. It's still front side of its move. Of course, once it cracks beneath here, this is all backside. So leaving it alone from here, correct? So literally to a T, take a look at this. So race rally, this becomes an area of demand. And so now we can understand that this whole zone here is an area of interest. So understanding that, get rid of this line here. All right, understanding that, we know that we can look for entry opportunities out of this range using other pieces of confluence. And so area of demand, price pulls back, nab the entry on the pullback, and able to grab a move here from 220 all the way up into the 240s. And then again, price pulls back, again, off this area of, again, previously found demand. Take the pullback entry, 220, get a move all the way back to almost 240 again. Finally, get a move again, back into the zone again, 220, then all the way back to 240 again. And so it's just rinse and repeat. It's super predictable. And what is so awesome about it is you have an edge because, again, as you majority are up here chasing the highs, people are chasing here, and so you get some really good resolution in these trades. There's not many people that are understanding about how to trade areas of liquidity. Very few small cap traders do trade these zones like this. I know some do, but of course, it's a matter of having an edge. What are the majority are doing? What are the minority doing? And so, again, you have a great edge playing off these defined pullbacks in these ranges. You can really get just soaked up off these dips and capture some really solid moves. So that's where I made the bulk of the profit today. That was amazing. LiDAR today was meh. Overall, this thing was backside, and so that's why I was a bit hesitant, and I cut it for a very small win. I'll show you here. You look at the hourly, and you really get a good feel for the setup here. I'll zoom out so you can actually see. And this thing's majorly backside. It just looks like crap. And it sort of pushed past my radar at first, you can see here. And then I realized we had broken to the downside, so I took a very small win on this. Let me just zoom in so I can show you on the 1 minute. And I was in and out in a matter of seconds. Whenever I noticed it was backside, I was out. I saw a double top, or excuse me, I saw the double bottom rejection here off of the up over 3. So I was looking for the move higher, and then I realized it was, again, backside. So I went ahead and cut it, moved on. BTAI was pretty good. This was from last night's watch list, and I crushed it. I did pretty well on this today. I played it off the pullback. You can see here what happened is price makes move to the high here. We have, of course, the 90 MA curling here right with price. We have price pull back, form a nice wick off the bottom here, signaling buyers, or we can say that it signals weak sellers. So sellers were weak here, and then again, what happens? Look at this. It pulls back again to retest the bottom here of this candle, and guess what? Big hammer off the low to confirm that pullback, and so now we have a defined level of risk. I could take the entry here with a defined risk level, and then we have our room to the upside, of course, with the confluence of the 90 MA as well. So again, beautiful setup here, beautiful reversal indicator here with the hammer off the low. Took it there, risking 5 cents a share, if that, and captured a move here. You can see I captured it here from 270s all the way to about 3, so 290s on the play. So again, really happy with that. Really simple trades. Of course, once we reject beneath this high, went ahead and took the full exit and moved on from that. Now, let me look into the mistake that I made today. Now, I was on a roll today. I had one hiccup trade that I shouldn't have taken. Everything else, I feel as if I executed perfectly. I just cannot believe I did this. So this one was fine on CWD. Again, 1 minute micro pullback. Again, similar to that SMXT trade where it pulls back on the micro pullback, trades sideways, consolidates. The next candle puts in place a low again to confirm. I risk off this low, and again, the rest is history. And I captured a pretty nice move here from 5 to about 540s. So that was good. The next trade was good too, playing on the ascending channel breakout. This one here was stupid. This one here was careless. My one loss in the morning, and it was simply stupid. It was just ignorant. It's one of those things, if I look back at myself, I would just slap myself silly for taking this trade. A lot of it's hindsight. I was looking for pretty much this to happen. Again, right here, you can sort of see what I was looking for. Price consolidates, pulls back. I take the pullback here for the leg back higher. And I just don't get that follow through. So could you just chalk it up as a normal loss? Probably, but I always like to look back and beat myself up because that's just the kind of person I am. So I strive for perfection, man, and like I don't see perfection, and I'm a little bit frustrated. But that was the morning, though. Again, most of the wins on SMXT, that was really something special there. Super happy with that. If I had to go back and study one setup today, or if you had to go back and study one setup today, I would highly suggest SMXT. Piece of cake. Whenever those stocks put in place a nice range, super easy. So that being said, if you learned something from this video, make sure to subscribe for daily content just like this. And of course, make sure to claim your 7-day free trial down in the description below for access to watch me trade these stocks every single morning in real time and get a large education, chat room access, watch list, and so much more. That being said, hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. Be smart, be safe, be responsible out there, and I will catch y'all next time.